Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. So for today's video, we're going to be doing my January book haul. Once again, this is probably no surprise to no one. I have a lot of books to show you guys. Once again, you guys also know I suck at explaining what they're about, but you can always look them up on Goodreads. I tend to say that a lot because Goodreads is a lot better than explaining what a book is about than I am. And because, once again, which kind of happens every month, I have a lot of books, so I will just start showing them right now. The first one that I got is Soundless by Richelle Mead, which is also the author of Vampire Academy. there we go. I've heard many mixed things about this one actually. It's very short and it's very thin and actually very small than I expected. I don't know much about this book actually, surprise, but I've been wanting it for a long time, but it's always been kind of expensive, and then finally got cheaper, and then I was kind of like jumped to it like, woo, gonna pick that one up. But I'm excited to read it. It's not really the highest on my TBR, but I'm still excited. The next book that I got is, there was actually a sale going on in my local bookstore. I never really go to my local bookstore to pick up books because it sucks and they never really have anything interesting, and books are so expensive here, I feel like, compared to on Amazon and stuff like that. I don't mind them being used, so I don't mind. But this sale, it was actually fine. The prices were good, and I think I found 3 or 4 books, I cannot remember actually, that I picked up, and I'm excited to share with you guys. The first one is Henry's Demons by Patrick and Henry Cockburn. From what I know, we follow Henry. He is, I cannot pronounce this correct. He is or has schizophrenia, or I hate that I cannot pronounce it. But I think most of you guys know what it is though. And I think this is his story, and his father has also been a part of writing this book. And like his story, how it is dealing with it, and how it is, and then his father is probably trying to explain how it is to have a son that's dealing with this. I'm excited to see it. I really haven't heard anything about this, but I generally find it interesting to read about some sort of mental illness, so I am excited to read it. Then I also got Into the Wild by John Yeah, that I failed at that one. That's for sure. This is a book that I've been wanting for a long time, and it was finally at my own local bookstore, which I was very surprised about, but I could not resist when I saw it. So the only thing I actually do know a little bit about this one, I also know there is a movie about it, which I did not know actually in the start, but this is about this guy, and he decides to leave everything behind. He burns his money, basically seriously leaves everything behind, and then he just goes into the wilderness, isn't that what it's called? The wilds. Ooh. And 4 months later he is found dead by a hunter. So that's interesting, and I am excited to read it. I got this beauty right here, which is called Magonia, probably not. I'm obsessed with this cover. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Then I got A Long Walk to Water by Lydia Sue Park. This is a very short book. I did not expect it to be this short, but surprise! So yes, this is about 2 different stories. I think one of them follows a young girl and then a young guy. And when I mean young, I mean children, I think. And it all happens in the same place, which is in Sudan, which I probably butchered as well. It will be really easy for me to say in Danish, but I'm probably supposed to say it a bit different in English, and I tend to fail at that sometimes. But I think this will be a very beautiful story. People have rated it like the ratings are really good, so I'm excited. Then I got The Red Pencil. This is by Andrea Davis Pinkney. I think, there we go. And oh my god, I am dying for this cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. Then I also got His Bloody Project. I cannot remember if this is historical fiction or historical literature. I cannot remember. but this sounds just up my alley, so I am very excited to read it. Then I got 13 Minutes, and this sounds really interesting. We follow this girl, and apparently she is dead for 13 minutes. She wakes up, she doesn't know why. It says that she knows it's not an accident, and now she wants to find out who and why she was dead for 13 minutes. It sounds really exciting, and I'm very excited to read it. I got Hate List by Jennifer Brown, and one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, Scribble Reads. I will link her down below. You should check her out. A lot of these books that I'm getting this month is actually inspired by her, so definitely check her out. And this sounds really, really interesting. This was on, I think it's on her favorite shelf on Goodreads. I am definitely very excited to read this. And I kind of want to read the few lines from behind because it sounds really interesting. Don't worry, it's only like 5 lines. I am gonna hurry. 5 months ago, Valerie Lefman's boyfriend Nick opened fire on their school cafeteria. Val was as shocked as everyone else, but despite her own serious injury, she is implicated in the crime because of the list. The list she and Nick made of people they hated. The list Nick used to pick his targets. It sounds so interesting. The next book that I got is a book that I mentioned in one of my last videos, I believe, that I wanted for myself for Christmas, and I'm so excited. I ordered it like right after Christmas, and it came like kind of long time ago now, but I just wanted to show you it in my January book haul, and I'm so excited about this one, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper. Oh my god. As soon as I found out Jack the Ripper was not a pirate but a serial killer, I knew I had to get this right away. I have not read it yet. I don't know what it is, but sometimes when I'm so excited about books, I tend to never pick them up the moment I get them, because sometimes I just like them being on my shelf, being totally exciting. I don't know, it sounds really weird. Sometimes it's just like, then you pick the book up too fast and like get kind of like sad afterwards, because then I was like, oh, it's over. Well, sometimes I kind of like just to save it for another time. I don't know, maybe that's just me being weird. The next book that I got is Our Endless Numbered Days by Claire Fuller. The only thing I know about this is that we follow this girl. She's 8 years old when her father takes her out to live in a cabin with him. Like, not in a creepy sexual way, but just they live in a cabin. And he tells her that the world and her mother is gone. And she's obviously not very old, so she's just gonna believe her father, but then, you know, she's kind of starting to think about all of the things that her father has said and stuff like that. And I think it's going to be interesting to read. It sounds weird but interesting, so I'm excited. Then I got If You Were Me by Sam Hepburn. I cannot remember why I got this. It had to do with some people that are connecting over something that has happened. That's all I know, but I'm still excited. Then I got Our Chemical Hearts by Crystal Sutherland. I am so excited to read this because I was going back and forth whether I should get it or not, like, after it got out. And then it finally was discounted and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get it. So I'm very excited because I love my YA contemporary. The next book that I got is We Are All Completely Besides Ourselves, and this is by Karen Joy Fowler. The only thing I know about this one is that we follow these two sisters. They were really close when they were younger, but then as soon as they grow older, they're like drifting apart and they don't really talk. There's something has happened that has kind of like separated them, and then all of a sudden one of the sisters is going back to where the other sister is, I believe, and then the other sister is gone. And then the sister that slept has to find her. Okay, that did not make sense. Yeah, hi, my name is Sophie. I suck at explaining books. Read the back. Then I got The Bad Beginning, which is the first book in the series of Unfortunate Events, and yes, I've watched the entire season on Netflix and I loved it and I cannot believe it's over. I miss it. It was so freaking amazing. Oh my god. So I'm very excited also to read the books because I have not read the books. Yes, I did indeed watch the show first because everyone was talking about it and everyone was watching it and it was on my Netflix and I could not resist. The next book that I got is When God Was a Rabbit. Once again, I think this is about some strong friendship between some sisters or brothers or whatsoever. but the ratings were good, so I wanted it. Then I got Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, which I am kinda nervous to read because I read The Diviners, I loved it. This sounds totally different, but hopefully it's good and hopefully I will just enjoy it. Then I got Emmy and Oliver. This is once again something I saw from Scribble Reads. And this just sounds like such a cute story and I really want to read it. Then I got Wolf by Wolf. I've been wanting this for forever because I've heard so many good things about it, so I'm glad that I finally own it. Then I got Dead Gone by Luca Vest. This is a thriller. This sounds so interesting. There is apparently a lot of murdering victims on this kind of university, and there's stuff, like weird stuff going on, and it sounds really good. Then I got Class Welcome to the Little School by the Sea, and I only got this because of the title and the cover, because I think it sounds so cute. Then I got Wing Jones by Catherine Weber. I'm very excited about this one because it came out in January and it sounds really good. Then, I got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which is the first book in the Harry Potter series that I said I would read this year, so I'm very excited. Then I got Waking Lions. So this is about this doctor. One day home from work, he hits an African-American man and he dies, and then some days after, I believe the wife to the African-American guy comes up and wants something from the doctor, but it's not money, so it's very interesting to see what it is. Then I also got If You Find Me, which also sounds really interesting. Then I got The Selection by Kira Cass, which I'm very excited to read. I don't know what it's about, but I'm very intrigued to see where this is going. Then I got The Perfectionist by Sarah Shepherd. From what I know, this is about some girls. They start to dislike this guy. Apparently, I think he's hurt them or something, and they all like start to want him dead, but then one day he ends up being dead, but none of the girls did it. So, what's going on? Then I got Dragonfish. This sounds really good as well, and I'm very excited to read it. This is a thriller. I cannot remember why I got it, but it sounds really good. So the camera just stopped filming, which was amazing, but let's just continue. The next book that I got is Paperweight by Meg Haston. This sounds really good. I'm very excited to read it because once again, it's one of my all-time favorite YouTubers' favorite books, so I can only imagine it being good. I have had my eye on it for a long time, but I never really got around to pick it up. But after seeing a video where it got mentioned, I definitely needed to do it. Then I got 6-4, which is a big book with pink pages. But I'm very excited to read this. This is once again a thriller. You guys have probably noticed I tend to enjoy thrillers more and more. Once again, I've heard some good things about this book, and I'm very excited to dig into it. Then I got Roseblood, and I am so excited. I almost seriously screamed when I got this. I ordered it the day it came out, but I just got it a few days ago. And seriously, it was like really late at night when I got home from work and had to open the package. And the cover feels really nice, so I legit ran into the living room, and like my parents were almost asleep, and like asked them to touch the cover because it was so nice, and they thought I was a maniac. But this looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the cover. I love how it feels. I love that it's a new book, and it did not get like messed up in the mail or anything, so I'm so excited. Then I got The Cure for Dreaming by Kat Winters. I just heard some mentioning this, and then I went to Amazon, and apparently the hardcover version was so like cheap, then I just could not resist. And I really like the cover as well. I think it's really beautiful. Then I got The Winter's Curse by Marie Rudkowski, and I'm so excited to read this. I don't know what's about, but I had this trip in like November, December-ish kind of, where I just wanted to buy the first book of different series that are popular or that I just haven't gotten around to yet, because I wanted to see if I liked them. This was one of them. So yeah, I don't know anything, but I am excited. And another like series that I got that trip with, kind of like weird thing with, was the Snow Like Ashes, and I do believe this is a trilogy though, I'm not quite sure, by Sarah Rosh, but don't ask me what it's about, you know. I just had my little weird thing, and they were not very expensive, so I give it a go. 3 books left. The next one that I got is One Day. Once again, this was one of the books that I got at my local bookstore that I just thought that maybe I would like that, so I picked it up. Then I also got The List, and I think this is more like a chick flick book. I'm not 100% sure because I have not read it yet, but hopefully it will be a fun read. And the last book for this haul is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This took me forever actually finally to pick up because I've heard so many mixed things, but then I thought, you know what, YOLO, let's go buy it, and I did. As much as I love doing hauls, watching hauls, it takes forever to do because it's never just 5 books. Not with me, definitely. We got through it, guys. We're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I don't have that much else to say, really, because I just felt like that took forever. But I'll see you guys in my next video, guys. Woo-hoo. Bye!